why did I write The Theater of Lies? What's my interest in this? I'm frustrated. I found myself very frustrated at the beginning of the pandemic. Not about the pandemic itself, but there were people who were denying that it was happening. There were stories about how it came out of China or didn't come out of China, and then there was Bill Gates was going to inject us all with little computers that were going to track our every movement around the earth. There's all this misinformation out there, and not just people were believing this information, but it was killing them. I was frustrated by seeing, the results of January 6th and the attacks on Congress about the lie of the election being stolen, and it's such a large population, especially one part of the population, one voting part of the population, believing that the election was stolen. All these things, and I've heard them all through my career on other points, that lies and information were motivating, changing how people think and act, and oftentimes to their own detriment. So I asked myself the question, why? Why is this happening? And it had to go, beyond the standard reason why people lie is enlightened self-interest. There's a couple things that I've learned. People lie to you. Organizations lie to you because they don't believe the truth will change your mind. They don't believe that if they laid out all the facts as they truly were, you would be motivated to act in a way that they want you to. Which shows to me there's a fundamental weakness in their argument. That if they can't just say, here's what's really happening and here's the change we need to make, we're going to have to use lies and misinformation to get people to believe that. That's a real concern to me, and why I wanted to write a book that says, how do we address that? I wanted to look at how people in authority have been lying to us for years, perhaps with best intentions, that they feel in a parental way that they're doing the right thing for us. But we've come to a place in our society in the 21st century where there's enough information in the world. Some people say too much, but I would say there's enough information in the world for each of us to make our own decisions based on facts. But we get too involved now with the misinformation, playing on our biases, what we already believe, misinformation that confirms our biases. My hope with The Theater of Lies, and for those of you that choose to read it and maybe even talk with me, converse with me, send me notes, let's have a conversation about it, is that we'll learn that the most important thing about living in this world where so much lies and misinformation surrounds us, I said like a theater, 24/7 around us, that our responsibility is to ourselves as an audience to understand information better, to ask critical questions. If you're concerned about misinformation in the world and you want to do something about it, don't just call for fact-checking. Don't just call for controls on Facebook and Google and Meta. Okay, that's one of the cries that's going out there right now.